to this new episode of Continuum Gaming, and today we are going to have another Windows 10 mobile-centered episode with 3 more games I'm going to show you for Continuum, or better to say for the mirror mode in this case. In the end we are going to have a look at 15 Seconds to Live, No Mercy. We are going to play Jungle Safari Adventure Handy, and we are going to play Jungle Duty Army Commander Shooting. Yes, it's a mouthful, but pretty nice game, so let's play it together. If you're wondering what this is all about, please have a look at the corner up there, because I'm not going to show you everything again in detail, but in general we are using a Bluetooth mouse. We might use the foldable keyboard in this case, so keyboard input, and we might use something like a gamepad, like for instance in this case the Xbox One S wireless controller. And in the end all of these are connected to my smartphone. The smartphone itself is connected by the USB-C connector at the bottom. And in general we are now in Continuum mode, but I'm going to switch over to the mirror mode again. It's just a different viewing mode. At the moment we have the more or less desktop-like mode, which means we have a very nice and more or less optimized GUI interface for the graphical user interface for the mouse use and stuff like that. And other than that, you can of course mirror stuff to it too. It depends on what game you are going to play. If it's supporting Continuum, then I would always recommend to use the Continuum mode. At least if all the devices and stuff like that are supported, but that is very often the case then. Or if you don't have that, or the game or the software you are using, whatever, is not going to support it, then you might want to switch over to the other mode. If you want to know more about that, again, have a look at the corner up there. There are a couple of other videos where I'm going to talk about all this more in depth than I can do at each and every episode at the start. Other than that, my name is Gerald, and we will just start with the first game. The first game is going to be 15 Seconds to Live, No Mercy. As mentioned before, all the games I'm going to show you in this case are going to be in the mirror mode. For the mirror mode, you will have to go to your smartphone screen. Don't try it in the Continuum mode screen or something, it's not going to work there. Just go to the smartphone, click on the 3 points button up there. Then you are going to go to the display settings, and if you go in here, you will have a couple of different options, and one of them is advanced settings, more or less. If you click on that, you are going to have an option to go to mirror the device. If you click on that, you get this mirror screen. And in the end, now we are ready to go. So I'm just going to go back to my all apps screen, or whatever you want to call that. Or in this case the start screen, after that the all app screen. And in this case we can just select it up there because it's already there. It's called 15 Seconds to Live, No Mercy. I'm just going to activate this here. Of course you can use your mouse too for this. It depends on the game what it really supports. We will have a couple of them which support the keyboard input, for instance, and of course mouse input in some cases. If it's not supported or not well supported, we are going to play even on the smartphone itself. There's one game which is the next one, the Safari Adventure Handy game, where you really have to use the accelerators and stuff like that off the smartphone itself to play it. So we are going to use the smartphone more or less as a steering wheel then. But for now, in this case, we can just use our smartphone itself and have a look at what is going on here. As you already can see, this is a small little game which is more or less, it's not Asteroid or something, it's something similar but not really, because you're not going to shoot on the different asteroids or something, but you are just going to avoid them in any kind of way. And you already can see it, there's this green ball which is flying around. This one is something you should collect, and then there is all the different asteroids which you should avoid. And this is more or less what this game is all about. For that, I'm just going to use my mouse now. It's a Bluetooth mouse I have here, which is connected to the smartphone. And if I click on, for instance, play in this case, I'm already in. And you can already see we have some kind of a small little spacecraft, and And all you will have to do now is to avoid the different asteroids. You can go, ouch, you can go in front, so more or less drive or fly more or less to the right screen. You can go to the up and left part of the star and stuff like that, and of course to the left screen. And in the end, it's all about getting the most out of it, so the most or best score in the end, and living as long as you can. This is more or less what this is all about. You have these, that is why the game itself, give me 1 sec to go a little bit down. It's a little bit annoying from the soundscape more or less in this case, but anyway, what you already can see is that we are going to play here in different kind of modes, and as you already can see, it's game over now, but we can play again by pressing the spacebar or using our 2 finger taps. In the end, of course, I'm using the spacebar because it's a nice one, and we are going to use the keyboard in this case. Again, you can fly up, down, left and right, and all you will have to do is more or less get all the different balls, or it's not really important that you get all the balls, but you should be very aware of the different asteroids. Ouch. In the end, if you are hitting one of the asteroids, you're going to die. But you have a little bit of something that is helping you, because there are those 15 seconds more or less. 15 seconds, which the name already suggests, means that in 15 seconds you need to get one of the bolts, otherwise you are going to die, because the bolts are going to give you 3 more seconds to play this game. And yeah, it's not really easy to do. In the end, if you hit one of the asteroids, you're going to lose 5 seconds. If you get one of the green balls, you're getting 3 seconds. And of course, you're losing if you're going to 0 or under 0, in this case. And this is more or less what this game is all about. So in the end, it's not instantly a death or something if you are hitting one of the asteroids, but if you are not getting the different balls here, it's going to be very, very hard to survive for long enough here. Anyway, you're of course getting money, more or less, or scores in the end, if you're playing this in a reasonable way, and now we are dead. Anyway, as we already can see, we are at 0 again, but we got a new high score. So share your high scores. We could put that on Twitter or Facebook, X or Facebook, whatever. And in the end, this is more or less what this game is all about. Just try it out. It's a very simple game, but a nice one, I would say, for what it is. Okay, so let's go to the next game. For that, I'm going to go to my all apps list, more or less by going to the start screen here. And now I can just long click, for instance, on this button to go into our screen mode here. And now we can just get rid of the different windows we don't need in this case. Don't click on the Continuum one. If you're clicking on the Continuum one, you're going to go into the Continuum mode again and not in the mirror mode. So as long as you don't want to go back, don't do that. Yeah, and so let's have a look at the next game. The next game is going to be Jungle Safari Adventure. Smartphone, handy, whatever. In the end, it's a very, very interesting game where you are going to use the smartphone itself as a accelerator, or better to say, as a steering wheel. And for that we are of course going to have to use this, so we can't use, for instance, our mouse or something. Mouse is okay for all the menu stuff, of course, but not for the rest. So if I go down here, go to my Jungle Safari Adventure, and we are just going to start this up. And after that we are going to go on a safari with more or less a buggy which we are driving around, and this car is going to be more or less going to drive as long as fuel is available, and you have to collect fuel on the way. And of course it's going to be attacked by the different animals we are going to play with. Seems like we have to use it this way, of course. In the end, you could, for instance, use your mouse to navigate here too, but you don't have to. You can just go with the button on the screen too. And after that, we are just going to go to the bear one, because this is the only one we have at the moment. Go to level 1, and here we go. And as you can already see, we are driving around with our car here, and we should just follow the different passes you see here. And there you can see the bears which are on the street here on the 3D game are going to try to kill us. And we have a health bar there, and of course you can already see it, we have some kind of fuel level, and you really have to be very careful with the fuel. The bears are going to attack you, you can try to avoid them, sometimes in a better way, sometimes not. I don't think that you can accelerate in any kind of way, but damn, we would have needed that. Probably we are dead now, I'm not sure. Because in the end it's most often the fuel which is going to be not sufficient. But we will see. Let's see how far we can drive this. And you're just going to try to follow the different passes here and be very aware of your different fuel levels and of course of your health. I don't think you can increase your health afterwards, so be very careful about that too. And as you can see, it's a pretty chilled game because you just can't do too much about it. Probably, maybe it's more or less like Super Mario or something. Maybe the mushrooms increase your health. Yeah, it is like Super Mario. Okay, why not? So, and after a while, you're going to go to your end of the game, a new camp where you are going to start with the next level and stuff like that. And this is more or less the game. It's a very simple one, as you already have seen, but it's a nice one because it's in 3D. It has pretty okay graphics and nice 3D graphics there. And you can really drive around the car and try to go on and on like this. I really like the game. Try it out. It's free in the Windows Store down below. As always are the download buttons or links more or less for the game. So I'm going to go back to my all apps list again. I'm going to close down the already opened game here. And now I'm just going to go down here to the all apps list again, and we are going to have a look at the last game we are going to play, which is Jungle Duty Army Commando Shooting. A mouthful as mentioned before, but it is a pretty nice game. If you like this kind of game, it's a game where you are going to shoot on different kind of enemies, and it's one of the games which would be extremely great with this mouse, but you can't play it with the mouse, so you will have to use more or less the at least not fully or whatever, but you will have to use the smartphone in this case too. Other than that, you can go in here, and there are a couple of different options, not many in the end. You can go to this one, where you can have a look at the different options you have later on in the game. I think this is just for other games, so you really just don't have to care about that. We're just going to go back to our game again. At least hopefully we are. Hello. If you sometimes can't go back from something like this, just drop this dead. And if this is not going to start again, which seems to be like this in this case, so we will have to shut it down and restart it. It's just because we pressed the wrong button there, which brought us to the Internet Explorer in this case, and we really don't want to go there. I'm just going to reactivate it and that should be fine. Of course you will have to wait for the loading screens here again, but we can't really do anything about that. Anyway, if you are going back to that screen then, you're going to be able to play the game. The game is going to be about you going to different passes and trying to overrun the enemy more or less. So just go to play. Then you will have a couple of different maps which are available, and at the moment of course we only have the first one, but there are a couple more to play after that. And each and every map is containing of many ones. And as you already can see here, you are going to have to use your mouse, or better say in this case our touch control, to destroy the enemy armies here. Graphic wise it's very low res, but it's fun to play anyway. In the end you have this kind of rifle and everybody is going to fire on you. Don't ask me why they're not more or less hitting you dead with one or two shots, but that's just how the game works, because otherwise you couldn't really fight this. It's waves of enemies which are going to try to kill you. You have a couple of different options here too, so not only what I'm doing at the moment, pressing this button and killing all the different ones here by going like this. Now we are just going to the next entry point, so you don't have to walk around much or something, it's just about shooting at the enemies here. And they will just throw waves after waves after waves at you, and you will have to get rid of them. You have the option to go for any kind of body part there, or you can, for instance, try it with a headshot. They are pretty generous what a headshot is, so if you are at the upper part there, that's fine in general. And of course, sometimes you will have to reload, sometimes you might want to throw a grenade or something. Come on, throw it. Oh, it's not throwing a grenade, that's interesting. Anyway, oh, okay, it is. You just have to tell him where it's going to go to. Okay, that's fine too. And yeah, in the end, you have of course a health bar here, and of course some kind of a score part. And you just will have to kill all the different enemies. Again, 11 guys in this one, and just try to get them down. Very simple game in the end. If you like this kind of game, so something like a shooting game, in this case shooting arena game maybe, it's a pretty nice one. Sometimes you don't hit it, even if it's more or less close to it. And of course, as you can see, my health bar is going down and down and down, and so I would have to be maybe a little bit faster than I am at the moment. Come on. Okay. Now I'm going to be dead in the end, but this is more or less a game, so just try it out. You have 12 enemies to go for, and they are going to kill me before I can do something with them. Yeah, there we go. In the end you would of course play it with 2 fingers in general and just try to be faster like this, and like this you can play this game. It's a fun one if you like this kind of shooting range stuff and so on and so forth, so just try it out. I think it's worth your time if you like this kind of game. Yeah, and this is more or less the end of the episode. I hope you had fun with the episode. I think it's a fun one. A couple of games are really nice to play, and just try them out. They are all down below in the description bar or box there, where you can get all the different links from them. And other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, have a great time, have a great day. See you in the next episode, and hopefully you are going to subscribe, like it of course, and if you have any kind of questions, put them down in the commentary sections down below. Other than that, bye.